An important thing to consider when choosing measures to mitigate risk is which ones will be most effective, both at the immediate point of implementation and ongoing over time. Rather than taking the fly-fix-fly approach to implementing controls, the health and safety profession has historically created a list which comes in a variety of incarnations. And when using this list, we have to remember that the mitigation gets less effective the further we go down the list. So what is this list, you may ask? At Safety Rocks Limited, we think that the simplest hierarchy to remember is based on the mnemonic Eric prevents death. Eric sure is one busy man. E stands for elimination, and this is the best way for us to deal with risk, hence why it is at the top of the hierarchy. But we all know in the real world this can be tricky and maybe even be disproportionate to the actual level of risk. R stands for reduction. If there is simply no way to eliminate risk, reduce it. Think about that noisy, worn-out tool that you have. If you purchased a shiny new, less noisy tool, this is an example of reduction. I stands for isolation, and this could be isolating the hazard from the person or even the person from the hazard. Think noise here. You could also use an acoustic enclosure for either a loud machine for the person who might be exposed to the noise. C stands for control. This section is mainly focused on management and procedural controls. Think safe systems of work, permits to work, even signage. PPE or personal protective equipment should ultimately be last resort or used in conjunction with controls further up the hierarchy where the risk remains unacceptable. Think chemicals here. Lastly, discipline. This usually refers to organisational discipline and to the implementation of robust policies and procedures, including utilising measures to realign organisational culture and its people to create a safety positive place to work. See, didn't we tell you that Eric was one busy man? Remember, the further down the hierarchy we go, the less effective the controls become, because the more they rely on a safe person strategy, and unfortunately, human beings are inherently prone to failure.